Hi, and welcome to Marketing Live TV for this week, where you can engage in real life marketing live on the show. This week, I'm going to cover off adding Google tracking to a Shopify site and how you can actually get a bit of an insight into what your customers are looking for, where they're going, what they're interested in, and where they come from. Now that's what Google Analytics is all about. So we're going to do a step through from claiming your website with Google Search Console all the way through to adding Google Analytics tracking and Google Tag Manager tracking. So please feel free to comment in the comment section below if you're interested in any of these topics or if you like the content. Otherwise, feel free to connect and share on any of these social media channels. So before we jump in, I would just like to say thanks for watching, and this is Marketing Live TV. Feel free to sing out in the comments section of Facebook or any of Periscope or on YouTube, and we will jump in and answer your questions, any questions you've got. So if you would like more information, just add it to the comments. I will monitor them as I go. If there's any issues or you've not got a good feed, then jump over to YouTube either now or later, and that's where you'll get the best experience. Alright, so for now, let's talk about Shopify and adding Google tracking to your site. Alright, so let's talk about Google tracking. So Google tracking consists of a number of things for your Shopify e-commerce store, and what I mainly am referring to is the Google Analytics tracking. Now, before you go and do this, you just need to set a few things up. So first of all, you need to have your Shopify store set up, and you need to have chosen your theme, the theme that you want to go with, and that sort of thing. You also need to have any domain redirects or anything like that set up, and because you want to capture all of the domains that you can. And then thirdly, if you've already done this but you want to set up your Google account, and that being with either, so that you can use Google Search Console, Google Analytics, Google AdWords, Google Tag Manager, and all of the other tools that they provide you, so that you can connect them all together and then start learning more about who's visiting your website. So let's start with Google Search Console. So if I bring this up here, alright, so Google Search Console or Google Webmaster Central, now they've changed a few things on these, but in any case, it's a place where you effectively let Google know that you're the owner of a particular domain. So it's a first step for them to filter out spam and sites that are not quite up to par. So it also allows it used to be, or it still is, Webmaster Central, where you can start to track search errors and errors in the feed. You can manage your what you do and you don't want Google to look at and rank. So this is where you do it. Okay, so it's Google Search Console. If we go in here, it's fairly easy. You set up your account, you add a property, you type in this in here. So we'll use this one here, and then you add it to. So let's just go this one. Oh, okay, so this one's set up via meta tag. Okay, so here, if you are, sorry, I'm just going to bring this up. On setting this up. All right, so here, if we look, this is entering the so here we're entering the details of the site into the tracking, and what we want to be doing is adding the using the HTML tag for Shopify. It's the easiest way to do it. So then you grab that HTML tag and you go to your Shopify site. So once you've done that, you go into the themes and the theme editor, and you want to go to the theme.liquid page, and where you see the head section, you add that in just at the very top so that you can just see right here. I've added that in there. So once you've added that in, save it, and then go back to Webmaster Central, and you'll see the button down the bottom. You click on that and it will verify that site. So all of a sudden you've verified that site as being yours. So that's Webmaster Central. It's easy, you just choose your domains. So make sure, and you'll need to do this a couple of times, if you own a domain that is http www.yourcompany.com, and you also refer to the domain http yourcompany.com, so without the W's, you'll need to do this twice. So just be mindful of that, because what you want to be able to do is capture all of them and then choose which one that you want to promote on Google. Great, so we've set up the first part, is we've claimed our website. Now there's parts to this, another part to this that you need to be mindful of. You need to submit your sitemaps. Now this is really easy. Once you've gone in, it will notify you of the couple of steps that you need to do. But if you just click on sitemaps in Google Search Console, which I will bring that up here. Sorry, I'll bring that up here. Let's choose one of these. Oops. Sorry. This basically, here we go. We go over to Search Console, we bring up the item, and then we go to Google Index. Shows that I haven't played in this in a long time. There we go, under crawl. Sorry, apologies, there we go, under crawl, go to sitemaps, and it will, all you have to do is add. Okay, so really easy with Shopify. If we zoom in here, so sitemap.xml. You can test that if you want, and then hit submit. Sitemap. What this does is this basically tells Google what pages there are on your site that are available to crawl. So I'll just zoom out of this because that's already done, and with this version there's 3 pages, 1 sitemap, all submitted, ready to go. Alright, so nice and easy. Bit of a hiccup in the middle because I've lost my way a little. Live streaming and all of the bits in the middle makes it makes for a very confused, and I am only male Jason. Okay, so what next? So you've set up Search Console, you've added the meta tags to your site, done. That part's done. So the second part is setting up Google Tag Manager and setting up Google Analytics. So why not just set up Google Analytics, chuck it on the site? So Google Tag Manager is a really, really useful tool. It allows you to put one script onto your site and you put it everywhere, and then you load everything into the Google Tag Manager bucket, let's say, and you tell it where you want it to fire. So this allows you to make all the modifications that you need in one place without having to go back and load extra code onto your site and extra bits and pieces. And effectively, it makes it a lot easier. So for example, if you wanted to add a live chat addition to your site, you could load the code into Google Tag Manager and then run it with your analytics without having to do any more editing to your site. Now it is a little bit complex and it is playing around, but once you get used to it, it's okay. And then, you know, things like Google AdWords codes, Google Optimize, although it's not recommended, you can add that into Google Tag Manager as well. So it's a really useful tool that saves you putting all of the tags and scripts and additional code into that Tag Manager tag. So, so what we'll do is we'll step into what that looks like. So I'll bring that up here. All right. So Google Tag Manager, kind of looks a bit like this, and basically this is the site that we're just using for testing purposes. So we are here. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing, sorry. Going to go back and fix this up. So what we basically need to do is we need to go into Google Analytics and create a new account. We're going to then create the account for that website. As the test site, we're using Board Racks Online, so create the actual analytics account for that. Now, if we create the analytics account first, it's just easy. You can do the Tag Manager one first and then do analytics, or analytics and Tag Manager. It's completely up to you. So right now we're doing the analytics part. So once we've gone through that, setting up just the basic features of that, the website name, what it is, we'll just call it a shop. So we'll set shopping, depending on whether you want, make sure you set your time zone, very important, because that way you will know, it will give you your results in the right time for you. If you want extra information, bits and pieces, it will do that. You accept the terms and conditions, and it will give you the Google site tag tracking script. Now that whole script is what you would generally copy if you're going to copy it into Google, straight onto your site. But we're going to use Google Tag Manager. So we go over to Google Tag Manager and we create a new account. So again, we set it up for Board Racks Online, and off we go. We then create this tag, and then we set up a container. So first we set up an account, so you can have multiple containers within the account. And you could have, if you have a company that has multiple websites that you want to use the same details for, or you want to be able to track across, then you can set up one account and have multiple containers within that account. Great, so once you set that up, it will then pop up and give you the script. So your first part, the top bit, you need to paste into your theme, the same as we did before, and you want to put that inside what's called the head tags. So if you look at in the same theme liquid, where we pasted the meta tags below, we can just paste that tag in there, and that will allow us to that will do the first part of the tag. But notice with Google Tag Manager, there's two parts to the tag, so we need to add both of them, and it tells you where to paste it. So paste it immediately after the opening body tag. So then we scroll down, it's fair way down in this if I remember, and then we can paste that tag in just below the body tag. So sorry, further down I think, there we go. So yeah, just below the body tag. Once we've done that, then we save it. So as I mentioned, Google Tag Manager is a really good way of creating multiple scripts. So as you can see, that's just in there, just cleaning up the code a little there. All right, save that. And then off we go back to Google Tag Manager. Yep, we've done that. So the first thing we want to do is add a tag. So add a new tag. We want to add our analytics tag to this. So if you click edit, it will come up, and obviously Google Assets make it really easy. You can leave that, create a new variable, and basically you want to just, and it will pop up here, and the tracking code from your analytics account. Whoops, copy that, go back to analytics, and where it gave you the tracking ID, you copy that and you paste that into the tracking ID part. Save, and it will ask you to rename that variable. Yep, done. Okay, so then now you've got that tag, you can retitle it Google Analytics. Makes it really easy, and there's not a lot that you need to do in addition to that. Now the only other thing is when you want it to trigger. So there's default all pages, which is very easy, and done. So a couple of things to note, it'll tell you there's two changes added. That's the tag and the triggering, and then as you go publish, it will then, good practice is just to add in here what you've changed, because you can always roll back and go and say, oops, I did something wrong, roll back to a different version, and where the last thing I did was this. Great, loaded in, off you go, and that is then done. All right. So just as a oops, all right. So that's how to add Google Analytics, how to set up claim your domain with Google Search Console, set up Google Analytics, set up Google Tag Manager, load it onto your Shopify site, and from there you are basically up and running with Google Analytics. There is a way of testing. You can, if you use Google Chrome, there's an easy way of testing. Download the Google Tag Manager extension, and it's really easy way, and I will bring that up. Oops. Okay. So then if I share my screen here, so the Google Tag Manager extension looks like this. So it's a little tag that will pop up. You hit enable, it's been activated, and then refresh the page, and it will then tell you how many tags have fired on that page. So if we just then look at that here, it says the Google Analytics tag and the Google Tag Manager tag have fired. So that's the basically easiest rundown I could do. Some of it is complex, I get it, but I've kind of guided you the way through. If you do have any questions or you need any more information, please feel free to sing out, and I'm going to, what's happened there? No. If you would like any more information, feel free to comment on the comments. Thumbs ups and hearts will always be appreciated, and sing out on any of these, connect with us, I should say, on any of these social channels, so that we can basically keep going. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to the next show. I'll add a bit more detail on how to connect Google AdWords and Google Analytics in with your Shopify site. Alright, so thanks for watching, and stay tuned next week to find out more.